Kyiv's aerial drones hit a Russian-linked oil tanker in the eastern Mediterranean, more than 2,000 kilometers from Ukrainian territory. The US military struck 2 vessels in eastern Pacific on Thursday, killing 5 alleged narco-terrorists, bringing the death toll to 104 since September. French government's request to suspend the Chinese online retailer Shein is rejected by court. The e-commerce platform was selling illegal items which have now been removed from the store. The EU's new entry-exit system is causing major delays at airports despite only covering 10% of eligible travelers, according to a new report. Ukraine has struck a Russian-linked oil tanker in the eastern Mediterranean in what officials call an unprecedented special operation. Security sources say aerial drones hit the Oman-flagged tanker Kendil more than 2,000 kilometers from Ukrainian territory, critically damaging the empty vessel. The ship, part of Russia's so-called shadow fleet used to bypass oil sanctions, was sailing off Crete on its way from India to the Russian port of Ust-Luga when it was attacked. Kyiv says targeting tankers that fund Moscow's war is a legitimate act under the laws of war and marks a major expansion of its campaign against Russian energy infrastructure at sea. In recent weeks, Ukraine has also hit shadow fleet tankers in the Black Sea and struck oil platforms in the Caspian Sea, deepening pressure on Russia's export routes. Russian President Vladimir Putin has vowed there will always be a response, but insisted the strikes will not disrupt oil supplies. The US military struck 2 vessels in the eastern Pacific on Thursday, killing 5 alleged narco-terrorists. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered the attacks as part of Operation Southern Spear, bringing the total death toll to 104 since September. The Pentagon claims the boats were on drug trafficking routes, but has released no evidence for individual strikes. The operations have sparked legal concerns over extrajudicial killings in international waters. The strikes coincide with Donald Trump's announcement of a total blockade of Venezuelan oil tankers. According to the reporting by US TV network NBC, the president said he was not ruling out going to war with Venezuela. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro called the moves modern piracy and a diplomacy of barbarism. A Paris court has rejected the French government's request to suspend the Chinese online retailer Shein for 3 months. The decision came after Shein was found selling childlike sex dolls, weapons like brass knuckles, and banned medications. Judges ruled that a full suspension would be disproportionate because the platform has removed the illegal items. However, Shein must implement reliable age verification before resuming sales of any sexual products. The court acknowledged serious harm to public order but called the incident isolated. A criminal probe now targets Shein, AliExpress, Temu and others, while France pushes for tighter EU rules on foreign platforms. Shein says its French site remains closed pending an internal audit. The EU's new entry-exit system is causing major delays at airports despite only covering 10% of eligible travelers, according to a new report. Visa-exempt visitors from countries such as the UK and the US must now submit biometric data at the kiosks, resulting in queues of up to 3 hours. The report, which was published by Airport Council International Europe, has found that processing times are up to 70% at peak periods in France, Germany, Italy and Spain. Outages, faulty kiosks and staff shortages have plagued the rollout since October. More airports will join by April 2026, with the threshold rising to 35% in January. ACI Director General Oliver Yankovic warns of severe congestion and safety hazards without urgent fixes.